What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 26 of my Total Warhammer 3 Vlad and Isabella Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, we have taken Averheim and begun the destruction of Averland and the last of the interior empire provinces, if we don't count Wissenland. Talbekland is to our north, or at least the remaining empire provinces. I suppose Middenland is technically the northern provinces and Talbekland is interior, but the fact is, with Middenland dead, Nordland does remain, but it is separated by a force of chaos, so I'm sticking to that assessment. Anyway, we take an Averheim, and then this episode we should be able to destroy them for good, and then head Peter out somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. I'm inclined to say we take Rudy south to take Myrmidons and the Sartosan territories, whereas Peter will probably start just raiding and annoying Wissenland. Especially since they're now distracted by Festus, this may be a very decent time to do it. In addition to that, we need to start figuring out what we want to do about the southern part. We may want to send another army down there, and I was thinking we do that with Rod, our Ghoul King, or our Strigoi. But the thing is, he's a little bit busy right now holding Erengrad, especially if Vlad has to move over to here to deal with Festus. Though, of course, not permanently. We may want to destroy his army, but I wouldn't, and maybe even take Talabheim for ourselves, but I definitely wouldn't want to destroy Festus and, you know, lose that lovely distraction that he's providing for us. So we'll have to think about what we do there. In fact, while we're there, I want to just address a couple comments with regards to why I stopped advancing in terms of expanding the empire. And there's two reasons for that. One, we're still working on the diplomacy quite considerably, and we want to get a few military alliances going. Obviously, the more territory you take, the more you get that strategic threat debuff for all factions. On top of that, we may want to create some alliances or some trade agreements with various factions, like, well, probably the elves and various other vampiric factions over here. And we don't want them to meet us with a massive amount of aversion and screw us over. Plus, we're still growing our economy, and as long as that doesn't stop, there isn't really any need to advance as yet. We'll get all these gibbets up to tier 3 in these two new territories, which will put our income up, and then we will deal with that. Also, between the episodes, just so that I didn't waste the time, I took the 10 or 15 minutes to take a look at our diplomacy and spent a lot of our cash getting more alliances. We now have a defensive alliance with Imperial Wardens and a bunch of non-aggression and military access pacts with additional factions, which I think will work quite well, just to increase and further our ability to actually use diplomacy. And that includes Vidrioth, which I'm hoping to get a military access and a trade agreement with shortly as well. Mostly just to keep these wood elves here friendly, as they're essentially protecting our border for us, and I really like that. I find it very useful. Plus, they will most likely like it when we invade this location and start attacking. And oh wow, look at you, Grom. You've taken Castle Baston. Huh, maybe he'll continue the destruction of Bretonia. I'm actually shocked at how weak Kuran is in this particular time. And what the heck happened to Bordelot and Aquitaine? There's vampiric and chaos corruption there. Oh. Huh. Did they get destroyed by Nikari? Who did this? No, but then there's no Slaneshi corruption. We still want to move here because we can get the Bordelot vineyards and the Bordelot harbor as well, can we not? As vampires. I'm 99.9% sure that I remember that we can, so it's certainly a goal. Anyway, other than that, since I've done all the Diplo and spent all the money on said Diplo between the episodes, we're ready to go next turn and try to get into some battles a little bit sooner. So, in that light, let's skip the rest of this, including the buildings and such, and end the turn. We're going to wait until Prague also upgrades, and then we're going to go for it. Ooh, and I just saw the balance of power with regards to the Slaneshi faction, Nikari's faction. It looked pretty weak to me. That ain't so great for them. Also, what's with all these freaking heroes around us? They're probably going to try to assassinate one of Vlad's heroes. We need the Tech Thief to come here and kill them for us. I suppose we could try to have one of the vampires come out of Vlad's army and kill them, but I really would prefer to avoid that right now. Hey, we got a military access with you for free now. Nice, nice, nice. We'll take it. More Cathayan allies. Even if Cathay dies, we should have at least a couple of them survive and still allow us to build stuff. Oh, and one of our tech thieves has returned. The upkeep reduction for Karen Wraiths, Morgungulls, and Hex Wraiths is up as well. You do not need a corpse cart, but you do need to move out. Damn, I was actually hoping you would spawn out here so that we could send you to Ulthuan and to the Maelstrom. But I guess we'll have to send another agent there. That's fine. Not a big deal. Maybe we'll get a White King for that purpose, because they're not really doing anything. Let's then... I guess you're moving to continue stealing tech near Bathilda. We still need to continue stealing said tech. Now, we've got Soulbinder, so we might as well get Infused Tireless Hordes, unless we want to briefly stop on Beastmaster. Now, this will give us what? It'll take 5 turns, and it'll give us maybe 500 gold per turn right now. Not that crazy an amount, though it is decent. Alternatively, we get the Infused Tireless Hordes and the various things here that are all quite useful. In particular, Unliving Siege Engines will be quite helpful as well. Yeah, fine, and I do want to infuse the Tireless Hordes, to be fair, so let's go infuse Tireless Hordes first, and then we'll see what we see. Okie dokie. And we need more tech stealing, apparently, because you should be at 2 and not at 3, I think. Let's see what we get if we can get up to 330. You're unfortunately not close enough to steal that tech. And you have how many turns left? 2. Okay, no, you need to do this now. Oh, damn. That ain't so great. You'll only have 1 chance to get it back, but... oh, Queek's back. He's back for more. He wants to continue fighting Bathilda. That's adorable. Now, I had an idea, and that idea involves actually taking rather than sacking Mount Silverspear. And the reason for that is, well, let's auto-resolve this. It's going to take a little bit of damage, but whatever. And then we're going to loot and occupy. No. We want to maybe repair it. Alright, we're going to take this place. And then... oh, it has marble? That's decent, but I don't actually want to hold this. What I want to potentially do is trade it to Imric, not immediately. Let's keep our lord there for a turn. Trade it to Imric for a trade agreement, essentially. And potentially a non-aggression pact. Yes, this will make our allies, the Caravan of Blue Roses, dislike us, but once again, I do feel like Imric may be a decent option. He is at war with various other... of our enemies, like Clan Moors, and he is quite surrounded. That said, how powerful is he? He's got 9 settlements, so he's not doing too bad, rank 19. And he isn't technically at war with the Caravan of Blue Roses either. It might be a chance. Plus, he actually decently likes us. And although the other elves might not like us treating with him because they don't like Imric for whatever reason. Let's see, you. Vladdy, you got a few more turns here, right? Yeah, 2 more turns. Okay, let's put you... I mean, you could go in somewhere and raid, like in Prague, for example. How much would this give you back? That's actually not horrible. This also reduces our army upkeep, doesn't it? Or maybe it doesn't, but this moved us by like 600 points, so that's not too bad. Vlad... or you? Oh, damn, you know what? Let's move back into our territory for 1 second. Just want to assassinate some of these heroes. Who's the highest level here? 6, 2, and 4. Alright, 6 it is. Go for Conrich. And then we'll move back into Prague afterwards. Ah, there you go. Well done, Tech Thief. Though you do need to now steal tech, which I was talking about, but yeah, I'm a little bit wary of them actually attacking Vlad's army. Also, you have your corpse cart. But you can now get other stuff. While we're here, nobody in our army has Curse of Years, but a second Wind of Death... no, you know what? Let's go for the Curse of Years. While Wind of Death is great, don't get me wrong, we're mostly going to be using that probably from Isabella, who already has it maxed out. You know, let's get Van Hell's Dance Macabre for now. Alright, that looks good to me, and Madeline, I don't really think there's a need to level the other 2, because once again, we're not under threat of anything right now, but you... and we could go through Immortal Will, or we could get the Fate of Buna and into Arcane Conduit as well. Right now. Do we need to right now? Well, let's get you Evasion at the very least, but you know, considering you're relatively weak since you're a new vamp, let's get you some buffs. Let's get you Wild-Eyed, let's get you Mortal Will at the very least. And move you through Tenacity. There. Just make you to be relatively difficult to kill. And I may actually make Madeline our, like, flyer, as in, we'll give her the Pigeon Plucker pendant, the Scarecrow banner, and the Featherfoe torque, and just have her assassin, or just have her command air superiority, especially because she is a von Schwarzhofen, and she can command the Devils of Schwarzhofen. She could be their keeper, essentially. Which I think makes sense. Also, there's a Sea Corpse here. If you can raise some more ghouls, you'll eventually be able to take that for free stuff. Oh. And there's certainly stuff to fight up here as well. Which is a reason to send Vlad up, but he's a little bit busy. How's the Hell Pit there? 10k? Start going up to level 5, please. 10k is nice, but I'd really rather wait until it goes back up to tier 4, and we may even take it rather than sack it next time we attack it, so let's not be too hasty. Anyway, Assassin. Banshee Assassin, that is. Move here and kill... Who's the higher level? Well, actually, we're not technically at war with it. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is a Doom Engineer. No, 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 no. Doom Engineers from you, Clan Morse. Stay away and die, please. Thank you. Critical success, well, I mean, it's a Doom Engineer, so... Yeah, just keep those the heck away from us. And let's get you... damage walls, because there's really nothing else to get you. Okay, and then Tech Thief, you're good for the turn, but we do want to level you up, so let's get you more steel tech. Okie dokie, now. Anybody else want to move? Ziggy, you want to join Peter. Peter, I want you to do two things. First of all, if we're going to lose the doggos, I guess we're going to lose the doggos. Unfortunate as that is, considering that you buff them, but it's fine. Lose the doggos, you'll be using bats and Vargeists, and eventually not even bats. You are now in the army, then you are going to attack Grenstad, and you're going to take it, which will destroy Aberland, and you can just auto-resolve this. Have a war banner. There you go. Free Opal Amulet, and occupy the place. Okie dokie. Ooh, Mortal Informer. Nice. More magic item drop chance. Actually, wait, what did we need to get that? Wait, province secured Averland. Yeah, Averland you can have repress mortals. No, foster terror. And let's get you some charnel pits. Also, your vampire corruption is now good, so I don't think we need the crypt keepers here right now. We'll probably actually rebuild it, but right now there's more important stuff. Let's get that charnel pit first. What I wanted to see was what we need to do to gain another one of those equipment gained. Mortal Informer. What do we do? Won a battle against a human army. Oh, yeah, okay, fair enough. To be fair, we haven't been fighting a lot of human armies yet, but that will increase in the future. We need more magic item drop chance, so I'd like to pick up some more Mortal Informers. Anyway, Peter, you got one level up only, but Fell Nest will get you your bats for free. And there we go, now they cost 0. Which is nice. Also, I just want to check whether we have access to the good Cathayan stuff as yet while you're here, because you could replace those Glade Guard. Western Provinces... just Sky Lanterns. We could get Jade Warrior crossbows instead with their armor, but I think we're okay for now. I'd rather have artillery. And since we're probably keeping the... well, actually, we're at 2 out of 4, so we could build 2 artillery pieces and 2 of those. But if we're gonna get... Cathayan units, maybe we'll wait until we can get Celestial Dragon crossbows rather than Jade Warrior crossbows, though the expense will be great. Or perhaps Sky Junks instead, though I'll think about that one. If I can justify it. Okie dokie, and you are good. Minus these 2 units, but we'll delete those eventually. Okie dokie. Again, okie dokie. It's the word of the day, or the phrase of the day. Tech Thief, what are you at? 3 steel techs, eh? You're still good here. Go ahead and kill this guy. Although, wait, no, you'll need to move north fairly quickly. Now, you've got to prioritize steel tech at this point. And then next Tech Thief, you are at 4 turns. You can assassinate somebody, but this guy's not in range, is he? Unless, wait, could you kill somebody in Festus's army? No. Alright, well then just stick around here, maybe go for Hellcroft next turn, while you steel tech this one. Nice how? Not so nice. Okay, fair enough. Waller, Rudy, time for you to move out, yes? Yes, okay. Matorka is walled up and ready to defend itself. probably wouldn't be so great against the full stack, but maybe. You're not going into March stance because the Bloody Hands are here, and they will fight us eventually. Although, honestly, I'd enjoy it if they did attack Rudy here, because that's a lot of orcs to kill, and it just seems so fun. Also, Rudy, if we aren't going to get any of these right now, and presuming we're not going to replace any of you yet, we can apply your points to something else. We could get you evasion. You are often in fairly dangerous situations because you're using your zombie dragon as a distraction card effects. So yeah, fair enough. Evasion, and you know what, then we'll get magical reserves as well. Okay, easy point spending. And we probably want to get your Mortal Horror. You have been reaching your cap quite often. Your healing cap, I mean. Okie dokie, that's you. I did say it was the word of the day, or the phrase of the day. Roderick, you cannot upgrade... Oh, we already did that this turn. That's you just... Still, you just look like you haven't moved. Not necessarily true. And then Waller, I guess you're gonna get Restless Dead. I'd love to get you Children of the Night, though technically... You know what? No, that's useless for you right now, because the zombies are essentially free anyway. Raise Dead another point... Or, you know what, no, start upgrading the living host, the unliving host. That's quite the opposite of the living host, but, yeah. Alright, we're looking good here. Vlad can't move. Now, we do need to potentially find some more gibbets to upgrade before we head to next turn. Fort Saul, I'm aware of you, don't worry. We'll upgrade you shortly. No more gibbets here, although I do want those walls. You know what, let's get them now. I really wouldn't like to lose the Silver Pinnacle. It's gonna piss off Bathilda, and I'm scared of her. Let's upgrade you, Haunted Mill. Extra little bit of cash out of that. Peak Pass, you're good. You're good in terms of gibbets. You, Zavast. Ah, yes, Iron Mine. That is critical. And we do need to upgrade you as well. And we're good for gibbets here at Karakaraziak, and we will need walls here, but they're kind of in the interior of our territories right now, so not super worrisome. You're okay. Ostermark, you are okay. We're not going to upgrade these, but we will... You know what? We'll get rid of this one, though. I was just thinking we replace you with the Balefire Brazier, but we'll replace you with Pottery instead. And I believe that's it. Minus potential walls, but I'd rather save the money to upgrade Fort Saul so it doesn't keep bothering me. Alrighty, now we're going to go next turn. Outpost available. Ooh, Imperial Wardens. Now, we do need to construct that. Snake Gate or Turtle Gate? Does it matter which one? Gate's a gate. Turtle Gate is... I mean, I would imagine they're both relatively safe. Snake Gate has actually got an army in it, though, so let's go with Snake Gate, then. Alright, nice. And it is at tier 3. Get that tier higher there, Gate Wardens. Come on. Get it up to tier 5. Garrison is okay, but it's not gonna... Oh, wow, Dragon Gate has the much bet... It is tier 4. Don't tell me Turtle Gate is... No, Turtle Gate's at tier 2. Huh, and they must have lost it and reclaimed it. Or perhaps they haven't had money to upgrade it, though I highly doubt it because it's the AI. Alrighty, now we're good. Also, we don't have any undercities that we've found. Well, not yet, or not for a while. You know, there is a... You know how they've added that cult mechanic for the... or not for the undead, for the Forces of Chaos? I feel like the vampires should be able to establish Lamian cults, essentially. Or something similar. Lamian covens all over the place. And that should have diplomatic purposes, because that's literally lawfully how it works. Tretch, you want a peace treaty now. You know, no, but that's sweet, but no. I wanted to potentially do that earlier, just so we don't have to deal with you, but now that we're trying to get a trade agreement with Imric, he's not gonna like that, so we're not gonna do that. Also, Festus, have you taken Talabheim? Have you raised Talabheim? No, you have not. Wait, owner nothing. What do you mean owner nothing? How's there no owner? Okay, we need to take a look at what the heck happened here. Maybe it did get raised. Oh, wow, I wanted to take this, but they've raised it instead. Huh. That's kind of interesting. Oh, I was just talking about Undercities. But it's in Crookback Mountain, so who cares? Peter, you got constructor, rather. That's fine. Bathilda, you cannot move in to attack. Well, actually, you can, but I'm imagining he's going to run if you try. That said, I'm kind of inclined to try, considering he has 2 stacks here. Might make for an epic cinematic fight. You know what we'll do here? Assassin. You got exhausted. Damn, I was gonna have you block the army, but if it's not possible, it's not possible. Tech Thief. I want you to move into Clan Moore's territory. We need to keep an eye on what's going on over there. And then, because there's potential for a battle here, I think we're going to attack with Bathilda, though I forgot that her army was a little bit beat up. That said, I'm not that worried. Bathilda's done good work before, and how would they ever bring down the Black Coaches? I'm just thinking we could join the ghouls together into one unit and just raise another ghoul. But if they die, we were looking to replace them anyway. Yeah, that's fine. And we also need to get a vampire in her army as well. Let's level you up to Deadly Onslaught, because you may need it for fighting Queek here. And another point in Scarred Veteran, I guess. Just keep making you less killable. And do we need to upgrade your items in any way? You have some of the best items that we have in general, so it doesn't look like it. You have no items. We could at least give you some gray, weaker items. Even if we don't need you right now. Let's give you... Oh, let's also fuse these. Hey, another Staff of Damnation. You know what? That's not so bad. When we get a Necromancer into Bathilda's army, he can carry that for us. I'll certainly take that. Normally, I'd be deleting the Pigeon Plucker Pendant, but if we want to have a aerial fighter, we'll do that. You know what? Take out the Sword of Battle and the Relic Sword as well. Another Rod of Flaming Death, eh? Not great. We'll probably fuse those out eventually. Not like we have access to the Windabakshi anyway. Enchanted Shield and Charmed Shield. I mean, you do have a shield. Just increase your missile block chance further if you want, though the likelihood of you being targeted is almost non-existent. And honestly, the Charmed Shield is probably better on a Dragon Rider anyway. Yeah, I think we keep the rest. You know what? You can have a sort of Wait, you already have magical attacks. How do you have magical attacks? I guess maybe you automatically do? Okay. That's great for you, buddy, but yeah, we're not going to bother with the Sword of Anti-Heroes on you. We'll either delete it or give it to somebody else. In the meantime, Bathilda, attack Queek again. It's XP, and it is fun. So, here we go, a close defeat, apparently, and there's certainly a decent amount of units to contend with. We need to see what we can do about destroying Queek's army before the second army gets here. We also got to keep in mind that these are Skaven armies that'll run away and we won't be able to chase them. But once again, the XP is here and all that. So, cinematic battle time, get to it.
Hide!
Alrighty, here we are. I'm pretty excited for this battle. We've got so damn many Skaven coming into the field and a decent amount of elites to contend with. Plus our army is hurt, and well, a few of our units are very much threatened by things like Rattling Guns. They could definitely bring down a Black Coach if we allow them to. So the goal here to start this battle off is going to be A, to do as much damage as possible, but B, to try to get all those Rattling Guns off the field before engaging the enemy with our main army. In fact, our main army is going to hold this little hill while we move our fast-moving Black Coaches and our relatively fast Mortis engine, as well as Bathilda in to try to deal with those elites. Let's start on those, and then we'll see what we see afterwards. Plans don't always survive this. Anyway, gonna get that Bound Spirit Leech going down on Queek. I mean, why not? And we're gonna summon our first unit of zombies right on top of the enemy to tie up those Rattling Guns. They also have their Regiment of Renown Rattling Guns as well, which are quite frightening. We gotta be careful of those. Alright, Bathilda's begun, and our breath is gonna come down. Looks like it hit a decent amount of units, but wasn't actually focused on the Rattling Guns, rather instead hitting the Death Squad, Death Runners, which do hit very hard, and we want them off the field. And did about half damage to them, which I'll certainly take. And now our Black Coaches are here. They did get stopped a little bit by the Rat Ogres, but the Black Coaches should be into and killing these Teeth Breakers right now. And there we go. Yeah, the poor enemy army doesn't really have a good way to stop these guys. They don't have sufficient storm vermin with halberds to actually surround and stop the black coaches from moving. In fact, does this army even have any storm vermin with halberds? They have some clan rat spears, but I think that's actually it. So yeah, their own fault with regards to this army composition. I've gotten at least a few of those, and it looks like the second army does have one storm vermin, but it isn't of the halberd variety. And they do have the warp grinders, though. That can be scary, as they can stop us in our tracks. More Descendant is coming in to join the fray in the center of all this as well, while Bathilda has landed and is going after the third unit of those rattling guns. And they're still on the field, though, so we gotta continue to dish out damage. Matilda's gonna summon a few units as well, and looks like she's dishing it out just as well, though it looks like our black coaches have started to get a little bit of damage. Now, there are enemy rat ogres here, of course, and the rat ogres do armor-piercing damage, so we do have to watch out for them. More Descendant should be able to apply quite a lot of aura damage to this blob, though. And we ain't leaving until those damn units of rattling guns are dead. And oh wow, did they just drop? I don't know if that was overcast or not, but that looked like that warp lightning hurt them a lot more than it hurt us, especially as we're using black coaches. Why would you even bother trying that? It's not really going to hurt them. Oh, they probably used it on the zombies that were here. Well, fortunately for them, there's plenty more rats where that came from as the second army arrives onto the field. They've got over 4,000 units now, and certainly something to be worried about. Though that said, the Teethbreakers, the Regiment of Renown of the Rattling Guns, are now dead, and the second one is currently being chased by the Black Coaches, which are giving it a try, though Queek is also attacking them. They're at about, what, 33% HP? And then over on this side are zombies, and Bathilda has nearly killed these ones as well. Alrighty, well done everybody. That said, we do have to still be careful. Especially with all those extra units coming in onto the field, and ooh, some warp fire throwers going down on our zombies. Probably not the best move, as it would probably damage the enemy rats a lot more than it would us. And there we go, an overcast wind of death through the massive pile of enemy units as we try to run away. A little bit of a parting gift from the Mortis engine and the two black coaches. Really can't wait until we get a second Mortis engine and the other two black coaches in this army, so that we can be a little bit more of, or have a little bit more of a mini Death Star within this formation, although obviously it's not going to be the entirety of the army. Now, I generally like to not force the enemy to blob up like this, but to be fair, we committed 4 units, if you count the Lord, to this. Not just a single Lord forcing the enemy to blob up and then dropping artillery or spells down on them. Not quite the same thing in my opinion, especially as summoning zombies on top of enemies from on high via the use of your flying lords is a very big part of vampire strategy, so... yeah, there we go. Mortis Descendant got pretty badly beat up though and actually started crumbling, but we do have its own healing prowess, plus the invocation of Nehek, and our Lord is going to continue covering overhead as well. Another Warp Lightning coming down on our poor zombies, but that once again is probably going to do more damage to the rats. That said, while we certainly hurt the rats with that, there's plenty of them remaining here still. But at least we achieved most of what we wanted to do. The Rattling Guns are still up and running, but they're very, very badly hurt. Another charge from those black coaches, both of which are nearly full HP now, after getting an overcharged invocation of Nehek. Should be able to do it. And there we go, head for those Rattling Guns, and then these guys are some Warp Fire Throwers. Head towards them as well. Warp Fire Thrower is not as threatening to our army, perhaps, but I still want them dead so that they don't kill our Grave Gardener skeletons and such. Man, things like black coaches must be so annoying to the enemy army, but once again, I feel like this is, well, appropriate use for them. Especially as the AI loves to do the same thing with Doom Wheels and Doom Flayers. Also, it's repeatedly summoning those clan rats with menace below, but they're just getting absolutely ripped apart by all of our crypt cores here. And all that damage to the enemy army has actually drawn them forward and annoyed them enough so that they're coming to us, which is another part of what we wanted. Our Mortis Engine's going to head back behind the army finally with some Graveguard to hide behind, especially since it's reached its healing cap. We do have to be a little bit more careful there. Just going to keep its sped up rather until we reach the engagement, and here we go. Now our army is going to counter-charge theirs. Rat Ogres, wow, what the heck, what just went flying there? Rat Ogres versus Crypt Horrors here, and looks like the Crypt Horrors are actually quite a bit larger than Rat Ogres. At least of the regular variety. Probably not so much the mutant Rat Ogres or Bone Crushers. Alright, well, we're engaged, but we do have the Mortis Engine and our Corpse Cart here to keep us nice and healed up, though we still will take damage over time. Queek's still on the field, though at this point he's below half HP from those repeated uses of Spirit Leech, so well done, Mathilda. And it looks like the enemy Rattling Guns are out of the picture, and the Warp Fire Throwers are being chased down. Other Rattling Guns are also done with a judicious use of zombies, and we're also getting our Crypt Ghouls on the field. They were in stock, obviously, waiting back here with their Vanguard deployment, and are going to start ripping apart Warp Fire Throwers, Slingers, whatever it is that they can catch. Alrighty, well, now that those guys, we've, I think, watched them running around in the background long enough, so let's watch the main battle, shall we? Still way too many rats to kill for this to be called already. Ooh, those Doom Flares moving through the enemy formation and into our Graveguard as well. And is that another Warp Lightning? Damn, it is another Warp Lightning. You gotta love that spell. It's so damn spammable. And it's just amazing on walls. Yeah, looks like a fairly pitched battle here now. We're going to try to get all of our units back to the center so that they are able to make use of that healing aura. The healing aura isn't that wide. It's only the standard, I believe, 30, I want to say 2? Let's just double check that real quick, because this is completely necessary mid-battle. 35 meters. Yeah, so it's not that big. And several of our units have gone outside it and have started to take damage, though the closer we draw them together, on the other hand, the more likely we are to take damage from the repeated Warp Lightnings. Our 2 units of Black Knights also charging through the enemy formation, and when I say through, I mean right through. They immediately charge out to start chasing enemy flayers, Skaven Slave Slingers and Rat Ogres. Can't let them come back, and we might as well destroy those Rat Ogres as we can. Gonna get another Zombie Dragon Breath going here. Targeting those Rat Ogres, but more so because they're sort of in the center here, and it allowed us to hit enemy units without hitting our own. Otherwise, Queek has joined the battle, but our White King has decided to countercharge him and appears to be knocking him out of the way as well. And there we go. And he does have quite a few buffs on him. I mean, he should be a fairly decent duelist, just out of curiosity. Oh, the buffs have ended? Okay, well, we'll wait until the buffs come back up. Just want to see how hard he hits with that. And there we go. Queek is now being attacked not just by the White King, but by Bathilda as well, though she's probably a lot better off just being a blunder and killing all those clan rats and stuff and leaving Queek to the White King. I love that pouncing animation, and there we go. Also get an Invocation of Nehek upgraded on all of our units, because the healing from the Mortis Engine was a little bit not enough with all of those Warp Lightning drops. Alrighty, and how's Queek doing at this point? He's at about, what, 25% HP, and our White King has activated his abilities. His melee attack is still fairly low at only 59, but his weapon strength at 738 is pretty damn decent, if he can manage to land a hit on Queek, mind you, who does, well, with the Enfeebling Foe on him, he's only got 27 melee defense, so it should be plenty for us to do damage with the White King. Otherwise, over in the background, our Black Coaches and our Ghouls have all done quite a lot of work chasing down all those Warp Fire Throwers and other elites and preventing them from applying any of their damage to our infantry army. Very, very nice. It looks to be going our way so far. Man, this is a really fun battle. You gotta love encountering multiple Skaven stacks at the same time. Fighting massive blobs of Skaven is such a great part of this game. And I do believe the battle has just like that suddenly ended. Queek is very nearly dead. Looks like our White King, together with Bathilda, managed to rip him apart. And now, as usual, it's just a matter of chasing the enemy down. Just gonna speed through this as usual, and it will take quite a while. Though, fortunately, we do have a decent amount of relatively fast units in both the Black Knights and the coaches and the flyers, our lords and the ghouls. And though that said, it does seem that most of the enemy escaped through the closer parts of the edges of the map. There we go, a heroic victory, and a really fun one at that. Alrighty, a nice heroic victory picked up for Bathilda. Yet again, she's used to getting heroic victories and getting her way in general. Another Pigeon Plucker pendant as well, but a massive amount of XP. So yeah, that's pretty great. The armies have lost a decent amount of their elite troops. Obviously, we were focused on assassinating those elites, and they have lost, let's see, all 3 of their Rattling Guns, both of their Warp Fire Throwers, and both of their units of Rat Ogres. Catching the Doom Players was unfortunately basically impossible, and they've also lost their Visktrin's Death Squad, the Regiment of Renown of Death Runners. But yeah, we basically did what we wanted, and the Warp Grinders are dead as well. Yeah, we left a bunch of Skaven slaves live, and a few, and a couple heroes and stuff, but I think we achieved it. Now, in terms of what we got here, it's a fairly small amount of cash, and I think we'd rather replenish it because we are sort of in enemy territory right now. So let's do that. Okay, and obviously these armies will survive, and unfortunately I don't believe Bathilda will be able to reach them. And oh no, is that another Doom Engineer? It is a... please be a Plague guy. No, it's a Plague guy. Okay, good. I saw the Plague staff, and I was a little bit less worried as soon as I saw it. Anyway, you move in here, and we'll use our we'll use our Tech Thief possibly to assassinate somebody else. Now, Bathilda, just to double check. Oh, you could actually reach this. Ooh, might be able to auto-resolve that, actually. Let's apply your points, then. First of all, you do have maxed out Earthing, though Arcane Conduit might come in useful for you. That said, Carriages of Death, more melee defense for Black Coaches and Corpse Carts would have been handy in that particular battle, so I feel like we put that in there. I also do want Immortal Horror for Bathilda, but you know what, let's get Earthing. And then we'll get Arcane Conduit, and then move through Magical Animus and the other decent takes. Also, we can't raise anything good here, unfortunately, but let's have you... Oh, you can't actually reach them, that's just your march stance. Got excited for a little bit that we could actually destroy these armies, but it's okay. You could march stance slowly back to our own territory here, but I feel like that's probably a trap. Trutch. I do wonder if you'll start moving towards Mount Silverspear. We shall see. Also, I do want to see how the Caravan of Blue Roses feels about us right now. It's moving down. They don't like our continued actions against Clan Rictus, but we can't do anything about that. We are fighting... Man, that's really kind of unfortunate. We're at war with 4 of their enemies, but... and allies with one of their allies, or their trade agreements anyway, but we're still deteriorating just because they happen to like Clan Rictus, who isn't even their ally, or even their trade partner. Yeah, looks like negative aspects of diplomacy hit a little bit harder than the positive ones. Also, I believe I did the... wait, did we do that this turn? The... The diplomacy, just take a quick look here. Ooh, Jade... No, he didn't. Jade Custodians are willing to enter into a defensive pact. I'll take it. That means more and more...
Let us manifest a better destiny.
Yeah, that's barely any payments, but... Nah, it's something. It's okay. You know what? We're not even taking that. There you go. Defensive Alliance. Means more Cathan allies, more access to range, artillery, all that sort of good stuff. And yeah, apparently I didn't take a look at the diplomacy this turn. Okay. Celestial Loyalist, you're also near to Defensive Alliance, so at 3.2, we'll wait on it. You are looking to arise with our reputation anyway. Military alliance. Imperial Wardens drawing closer. Jade Custodians, Northern Ally provinces may eventually do this with the gold tooth and payment, but I'm not willing to give them 19k for it. At least not right now. We will eventually. And Confed, really no chance at this as yet. We really need much, much friendlier relationships. Okie dokie. Looks good for now. Vladdy. You gotta be here for at least another couple turns. Yes, yes. One more turn, actually. Okay, that's fine. Keep raiding Prague until you can take it for ourselves. Looks like Tsarina Katrin's back at Volksgrad. Oh, please don't siege it next turn. Katrin, don't you do it. Vlad is here. You know he'll destroy your army. Don't even think about it. You are exhausted, so let's move you up. Ooh, also, this place up probably has a lot of nice raising stuff. Ooh, 9 ghouls. And 5 Crypt Cores, 3 Morgels. Okay, we gotta get Rod here. No, we don't. Apparently Rod's about to get hit. Okay, Rod. You need... Let's see, what do we have in Erengrad? Oh, we don't have walls up. That ain't so great. Are you able to do anything to Azazel's army? He can assault the units. Or wound one of the heroes there. Less heroes would be nice, like, for example, one of the Chaos Sorcerers. Yeah, Vlad needs to get here now. I'm almost tempted to ignore Prague. We can always get back to it later. I'd really rather not lose Erengrad after investing money into it. Okay, fine. If that's what we do, that's what we do. I think... Wait, are you... He's in allied territory, so there's no point in assaulting Azazel. He'll just heal up to full in a single turn. Highest chances to wound you, but Exalted Hero at level 1 is no threat to us. Chaos Sorcerer of Shadows. The metal one, ironically, is probably the bigger threat. Yes, you have good stuff, but let's go for the Metal Sorcerer. I don't want Searing Dooms on us. Please don't die, by the way. Okay, good. Well done. And it's another Blood Kiss, though it isn't necessarily what we were looking for there. Alright, Erengrad, let's hope that you can hold for a turn. Let us get you... How many bats and wolves do we have in this? 1 bat, no wolves. Okay. Let's get 3 bats. Not very useful against the... Well, actually, against the Marauders, especially on walls, that might come in handy. Alright, fine. Bats. Don't bother with the wolves as well. No, you could use them to chase stuff. Alright, fine. Let's get spears. And don't need the warriors, because it's not about doing damage, and the rest can get zombies. There we go. Full stack. A garbage stack, mind you, but a stack nonetheless. We will retrofit it later. Vlad, you got places to be. Unfortunate as that may be as well. Keep having to bounce between this. I guess we might be able to sack Tower of Crack for a decent amount of cash. Now, 7.5 on you. You don't have the buffs to sacking it like Vlad does right now. So maybe we'll do that with you. And then move you to Prague afterwards. Not to take it, mind you. Although, if we leave Vlad here, we can move Roderick to take Prague and just sit there for a while. That might also be a decent option. Also, Zavastra, finally getting those walls up and finally getting to your gibbet. Another gallows here. And Jakova, you're upgrading, but you're good for now, though you're still in danger, and I'm inclined to at least get you their first level of walls. There we go. This place will now be a lot safer. Now, more gibbets here. No, and a turn or so. Beckhoffen, we needed pottery. Alrighty, our new provinces look to be upgraded pretty good shortly. We'll need walls here as well, but they're fairly expensive even at level 1. I do want to protect that gold mine though, damn it. Alright, fine. Walls there. We'll wait on Karak-Raziak. Of course, we gotta remember that Skaven can just jump, 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 and then end up here, so... yeah. Mount Silver Spear, we're probably gonna trade you, just wait on that. Actually, wait, do we have a military access agreement with you? No. If we offer you Mount Silver Spear, 4.6, nearly to non-aggression pact, but not so much a trade agreement. And 3k. Really? Why are we still going negative? We're fighting all the Skaven for you. You don't like those hero actions that we did like 8 years ago. Okay, fine. Fine. Fair enough. Maybe if we upgrade this place slightly with another building, he'll like it more. Let's go marble briefly. It's only going to cost us 650. Maybe he'll be like, oh yes, please now. And ooh, we got more necromancers available. Now, we did want to get several other armies with necromancers. You have yours, though you still need your banshees. What we do want... Well, we have one in Peter's. Though we don't have one in Roderick's. We have one in Vlad's. We don't have one in Bathilda's. Oh, right. Do we? No. Someone needs to carry her Staff of Damnation. Okay, Mount Gunbat, are you able to go Necro? Yes. Let's get... Ambush success chance and poison attacks. You know, a poison-enabled corpse cart may not be the worst thing in the world. Let's get you then. Johann Jaeger. You're coming in. And let's get to you. An immediate replenish troops for Bathilda and an invocation of Nehek, and then we'll go Curse of Undeath next. Alright, you move down here. Then we will get another Necro for Roddy. Where's the nearest Necro building place? Not here. Oh, damn, they're quite far, aren't they? Okay, well, I guess the next one is probably down in Waldenhof. No, actually, it isn't. It'll have to be in Castle Drakenhof. Or, wait, worked bad. No, where the heck did we build Necros? It's Schwarzhofen, which means Eschen is the closest. Yeah. Alrighty. And honestly, I don't particularly like Confident. It's not nearly as useful as Disciplined. And let's just double check our vampires. Dark Majesty, Fleet-Footed, and none in the Shadows. And we'll wait on you two. In fact, I'm tempted to summon these two and just to delete them. And get better ones replaced. It's time to start going through heroes like this until we get ones with great traits. We want to get Bathilda some vampire handmaidens after all. And she is the Lamian leader. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. This is where we're going to call this episode. Next time we defend Erengrad. I'm kind of hoping that Azazel actually attacks, because I think it'll be an epic siege, though our towers will be trash, so that'll be pretty interesting. And if Roderick dies, well then he dies and Vlad will retake Erengrad. Thereafter, Peter is going to have to try to figure out what to do. We're not at war with the Bloody Hand, so we might actually be able to reach Marius up here. You know what? Let's move you as far as... Oh, this attrition? Alright, fine, go here. And we'll try to hunt him down, and then we're going to start raiding Wissenland until they hate us enough to break all of our agreements, at which point we will attack them. And then, of course, Rudy is gonna go south and start looking for battles. Oh, look, it's Mash One Finger. He'll probably go past us, but whether he does or he doesn't, Myrmidons will fall, and then we'll use Myrmidons as a staging ground to take Sartosa. Also, we'll probably send a hero next episode towards the elves and try to get some agreements going. Anyway, with that, end of episode, whatever I usually say at the end, don't forget to leave a like and comment, yada yada, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.